Tablets larger than 12 inches are a dream for anyone who loves watching videos or browsing the web. The extra screen real estate makes everything feel more immersive, whether you're streaming your favorite shows or just scrolling through social media. But let's be real, they normally come with a hefty price. So Teclast is at it again, expanding its already impressive lineup of tablets. They've just introduced another model that's aiming to hit that sweet spot between performance and price. This is the Teclast T65MAX. This tablet is designed not just to be an affordable powerhouse that can handle everything you throw at it, but also a versatile all-rounder that doesn't skimp on features. It boasts an IPS display with a 1920 by 1200 resolution, which should make streaming and browsing look pretty sharp. Plus, with 256 gigabytes of storage, there's plenty of room for apps, photos, and all the other stuff we tend to hoard. It's also got a 4G modem, so staying connected on the go won't be an issue, and the 10,000 mAh battery should keep it running for a good stretch without constantly searching for a charger. And with that all said, let's first start by unboxing this product and see what we're in for. So unboxing the Teclast T65MAX, and you do get a few things in the box that get you up and running. You get a power adapter, your SIM ejection tool, a data cable, and a very basic user manual. One downside though is that the T65MAX doesn't come with a case in the box, which is a bit of a bummer. You'd think that with most tablets in this price range, you'd at least get a simple folio or gel case to keep it safe from day one. So let's take a quick look at the design on the tablet because, to be honest, this was where I was most surprised. The T65MAX definitely makes an impression when you first see it. The matte grey aluminum unibody case gives it a sleek, high-end look that feels pretty solid in your hands. At 12.95 inches, the display is a real eye-catcher, and the slim 8.2mm profile adds to its overall appeal. It's clear that Teclast put some thought into making this tablet look and feel premium, which I really appreciate. However, things aren't perfect. Despite the solid appearance, there's a bit of a trade-off when it comes to durability. If you apply some pressure, you'll notice the tablet twists more easily than you might expect, and you'll hear a few creaks as it does. It's a bit disconcerting, especially if you're used to devices that feel more rigid, but to be fair, it's still sturdy enough for everyday use. That said, it's worth keeping in mind that the T65MAX doesn't have an IP certification, so it's not designed to withstand exposure to dust or water. Another thing to consider is the weight. At 710 grams, the T65MAX isn't exactly light, and you'll definitely feel that extra heft, especially during extended use. The large size makes it a bit of a beast to hold, but the 1 cm wide bezels do help you grip it without accidentally triggering the touchscreen, which is a nice touch. The volume rocker and power button have a decent crisp feel when pressed, although they do flex a little more than I'd like. It's not a huge issue, but it's something I noticed. Then there's the main camera. It's positioned on the back with these shiny, high-contrast bezels that really catch your eye. The two lenses do stick out by about 2mm, which could be annoying, but surprisingly, the tablet stays stable when laid flat, thanks to its sheer size. No annoying wobbles here, which is a plus in my book. Teclast has packed the T65MAX with 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM and 256GB of UFS 2.2 storage, which sounds pretty solid on paper. The RAM is expandable up to 20GB, but here's the catch, it's not a physical expansion. Instead, it's done through a swap file in the storage, ranging from 6 to 12GB. This is where my feelings get a bit mixed. The idea of expanding RAM sounds great, but in practice, this swap file runs much slower than actual RAM, making the expansion feel more like a marketing gimmick than a real upgrade. It's one of those features that sounds impressive in a spec sheet, but doesn't offer much in terms of practical benefits. Another aspect that left me with mixed feelings is the T65MAX's USB-C port. While it's nice that it supports USB OTG, allowing you to connect external drives and accessories, it only runs at USB 2.0 speeds. In a device this modern, I would have expected at least USB 3.0, so it's a bit of a letdown, especially if you're hoping for faster data transfers. It's a functional port, sure, but it doesn't quite meet the expectations expectations set by other aspects of the tablet. On the plus side, the T65MAX does offer some decent flexibility when it comes to expanding storage. The micro SD card slot can handle cards up to 1 TB, which is great if you plan on storing a lot of media or large files. Alternatively, the hybrid slot allows you to insert 2 nano SIM cards if you prefer to use the tablet with cellular connectivity. This versatility is definitely a strong point, especially if you're looking to maximize the tablet's functionality. The main camera is a bit of a mixed bag too. On paper, it seems solid with its 13 megapixel resolution, autofocus, and LED flash. Plus, there are 2 lenses on the back that give it a bit of a dual camera look, which feels modern and sleek. However, there's a catch. The second lens is just a depth sensor for the main camera and can't be used on its own. That said though, when it comes to picture quality, the main camera is fine for those occasional snapshots. It captures details reasonably well, but the overall images tend to lack contrast, giving them a slightly washed out appearance. And if you're someone who likes to zoom in on your photos, you might be disappointed. Things get blurry pretty quickly. Low light photography is another weak spot. The camera just isn't up to the task, resulting in grainy, unclear images that aren't worth keeping. On the video front, the T65MAX can shoot at up to 2560 by 1440 pixels and 30 frames per second, which is decent, but again, the results mirror what you get in still photos. The video quality is okay, but nothing extraordinary. You can also drop down to Full HD or 720p if you want to save space or don't need the higher resolution. The T65MAX's touchscreen works well, and inputs are recognized precisely along the edges and right into the corners. The 8-core MediaTek Helio G99 SoC gives the tablet a high system speed that doesn't sync even with multiple apps open at once. Due to its 60Hz refresh rate, however, depiction on its screen isn't quite as smooth as it could be. The MediaTek Helio G99 from 2022 in no way turns the T65MAX into a performance high flyer, but the SoC's performance is easily sufficient for multimedia uses and web surfing. The tablet only reaches its limits running very complex apps. There are a number of tablets in this price range that are significantly faster. The Huawei MatePad 11.5 and the Lenovo Tab P12, for example, offer more power. The MediaTek Helio G99's ARM Mali G57 MC2 provides the T65MAX with solid graphics performance. As the GFX bench test showed, you can even run games smoothly in higher detail settings. We use Genshin Impact and take a look at how well current games run on the T65MAX. We recorded the frame rates achieved by the tablet using our Game Bench test tool. The T65MAX had an easy time with PUBG Mobile as it ran the tactical shooter at a very stable 30 frames per second using the HD setting. In the lowest setting, Liquid, it even achieved an almost continuous 40 frames per second. When playing the graphically more demanding game Genshin Impact, over 50 frames per second are possible if you set all graphic details to a minimum. However, the game is hardly any fun to play at the highest detail level. When doing so, we noted severe and repeated frame rate drops, and on average, Genshin Impact jerked along at just over 20 frames per second. The Teclast T65MAX is clearly a niche budget device aimed at users who prioritize screen size above all else. This could be ideal for musicians needing a large display for their music software or construction workers who need to view detailed building plans. For these users, the finer points of image quality, like color accuracy and black level stability, might not be as crucial. That said, there are a few things to keep in mind. The screen's brightness is on the lower side, which can make it challenging to use outdoors, especially under direct sunlight. Given its heft, this tablet is definitely more suited for home use rather than on-the-go scenarios. Its substantial size and weight make it less convenient to carry around, so it's best suited for a stationary setup. When it comes to image quality, the T65MAX doesn't excel. If you're someone who values high-resolution displays and rich, accurate colors, this tablet might fall short of your expectations. The display gets the job done for basic tasks, but doesn't offer the crisp, vibrant visuals that more premium tablets provide. However, if you're considering this tablet for older parents who need a larger screen for reading or watching videos, or for kids who might be a bit rough on their devices, the T65MAX makes sense. It's a practical choice for those scenarios. It covers all the essentials and adds some useful extras like mobile internet capability, satellite navigation, expandable memory, and stereo sound. These features contribute to its overall value for money. So while the T65MAX may not be the go-to for those who crave top-tier image quality or portability, it offers solid value for specific needs. If a big screen and a budget-friendly price are your main priorities, this tablet is a reasonable pick. Be sure to check this product out in the link in the description. Let me know what you think. And as always, till next time.